got a message recently asking how to incorporate self-care into a night after work. It feels like when I get home, I can't do anything with myself anymore. It doesn't even have to be a hard day, but I lay down and scroll and look at the clock feeling disappointed at myself that I didn't make more of my night. Then I go to sleep, wake up, go back to work, and do it all over again. It took me a while to gather my thoughts because I felt that any advice I could give included a should. Oh, you should let yourself rest. You should go take a walk. You should read a book. You should go hang out with a friend. I can't with a good conscience tell you what you should add into your life to break the monotony of a routine that you don't like, because I know firsthand how ugly the self-pressure can feel of knowing the right things to do, coupled with the guilt of not doing them. So instead, I did some reflecting on what happens every night that I find joy in. Not necessarily adding special new things into the routine, but taking note of the routines that are self-care just in and of themselves. Number 1, my commute is sacred. This time is solely focused on transitioning away from work life and into my own life. On the way to work in the morning, I'm often singing along to my favorite songs, but those are not the afternoon vibes, even on the best days. Holding space for others' emotions as a profession can be draining, which isn't a complaint because that is part of the work I do if I'm doing it well, but things can be good and be draining. I strive for my drive home to be peaceful. I can't just switch my mind straight off from work, and I don't know if it's always necessarily healthy to do so when you work in a helping profession. I personally put on a podcast or audiobook that has nothing to do with social work at all. I find it's just helpful to not be in silence. But I let myself think through the day while trying to rein in on any rumination that I might be tempted towards. There is a balance between thinking through the day and overthinking through the day, but that's a balance you'll just have to find in yourself, to be honest. I've noticed that when I let myself process during the drive, my mind begins to naturally point more away from the workday and towards my own life by the time that I get back home. Number 2, making dinner is mindful. Cooking has not always been a part of my routine, and even this time last year, it was a struggle, as is documented in vlogs. What has helped dinner transition from being a chore into something that I enjoy and counts as self-care are being proud of what I can create, even if it's just a simple meal, and acknowledging myself for pouring minutes of my day into my well-being. I feel proud of myself for trying new recipes, putting together new tastes, and ultimately having a delicious dinner courtesy of me. On days that don't have too many wins, this is a win for me. I'm not perfect at mindfulness, but sometimes this is an area of my routine where I try it. I try to be present in the current moment, focused on the task at hand, noticing each of my senses and observing my thoughts as they happen without judgment. Sounds a little too deep for just talking about making dinner, but enjoying parts of a nighttime routine that are going to exist helps piece a night together as a whole into an enjoyable one. Planning in a way that works for me is something that has really helped make cooking become an attainable part of my routine. When I get home, I change clothes, refresh, and then shift into preparing food without that much effort because I already know what I'm making and know that I have the ingredients for it. I've mentioned before the free app that I use to help me plan meals at the beginning of each week, and I'll put it in the description again if you want to try it, just because genuinely this has been something that has helped me so much as I've been trying to be better at making dinner, and I feel like I've achieved that so far. But this really is one of the parts of my after work routine that I find the most rewarding. Number 3, work out the day. These clips are a compilation of all different days because the night that I was filming this routine, the gym was crowded, and I'm trying to show you my nighttime routine, not strangers' nighttime routines. On good days, a workout can feel like a continuation of that good energy. And on bad days, a workout can be a way to continue processing through your feelings, especially the ones that you hold physically in your body. Either way, heading to the gym is a part of my after-work self-care. I know that can be so annoying to hear people say, and everybody's fitness aspirations are different, as they should be. But the important part is that you have some way that you are engaging in physical self-care, which is not limited to the gym and is not limited to working out. For me, personally, just because we're showing mine, I love doing a combination of weights or like a HIIT routine in a night, both courtesy of Sydney Cummings on YouTube, and then walking on the treadmill. Another little hobby that I enjoy is reading, and walking on the treadmill gives me the opportunity to move the bod and get some pages in of a good story. I hope you notice how all of the self-care activities I've mentioned so far are hitting multiple different areas of rest, recharge, and taking care of yourself. Whether it's like physical and mental, or emotional and physical, or fun, we love efficiency. Moving your body in any kind of way has the potential to be fun, whether it looks similar to how I like to work out, or if you prefer walks, hikes, yoga, stretches, dancing, literally anything. And like with everything, remember to acknowledge yourself for the time and effort you're putting into yourself, no matter how that looks for you. Number 4, flex time. Here come the hours that are free. The amount of time that I have to fill in a night varies so much night to night. Sometimes it'll be 15 minutes that I have left over, or sometimes it'll be 2 hours, depending on what time I got home, how long dinner took, how long I worked out for, if I got distracted. But I try to check in with myself to see what, if anything, I want to prioritize that night. Some days that might mean scrolling for an hour, or I might play Mario Kart, or I might plan, film, or edit a YouTube video. I might keep reading. I might clean up and do some laundry. I might lay on the floor and just be a little floor girl for a while. My challenge for you, if you related to the feeling in the intro of this video, is to try, you're not going to be perfect at it when you start, but to try to accept each night for as it is and for what you do in it. Instead of saying to yourself, I didn't do anything tonight and that is bad, just change your thought to, I didn't do anything tonight. Full stop. Period. No judgment. Or you could even go one step further than that and give yourself a pat on the back for what you are doing. Instead of thinking I didn't do anything tonight, think I felt tired tonight and I rested. Or I felt overwhelmed, so I distracted my mind. Remember, a self-care night routine doesn't have to be adding extra stuff into your night, but it does mean taking care of yourself through the night, which includes being kind to yourself. Number 5, wind down time. I always give myself about 20 minutes to get ready for bed. It rarely takes that long, but as with everything else, there are minutes that I'm giving to myself. I get that my nighttime routine is a pretty privileged one, given my era of life, specifically the fact that I get off at the end of business hours, which obviously many people don't, and also I don't have any kids, and so you can see I'm just kind of by myself in this nighttime routine, and for that reason, what I'm showing will feel unrelatable to a lot of people who aren't in my specific time of life as well. But I want to reiterate that a self-care nighttime routine is not what you do, it's how you do it. I hope some of my little tips and activities maybe are inspiring to you, but the big thing is that finding joy in the routines you already engage in is a way to have a more pleasant experience of your life. So if your nighttime routine happens at totally different hours of the night, or includes putting little ones to bed, or bath time, or anything like that, it's not what you do, it's how you do it that makes it be self-care. In the 20-minute wind down time, I have a little skincare routine that I've been relying on. As always, the link to take that free quiz to get free personalized skincare recommendations is in the description. You can't see me because I'm doing a voiceover, but I am winking. This routine makes me feel like I'm taking care of myself in the ways that I want to. It's relaxing, to be honest. I feel like it's my little spa time in a night. Even brushing teeth can be fun self-care if you give yourself the credit that you deserve for taking that time for yourself. If I have extra time left over before I want to be asleep, I'll read a little bit more of my book in bed before lights out. All in all, I have preached before that self-care is a mindset more so than specific activities. There's a reason you clicked on this video, and I hope it is giving you the message that you need to hear today. If you want to add more into your nights to take care of yourself, I'm cheering you on to do so. But I hope you also take the time to give yourself credit for all the ways you are currently taking care of yourself. They can be so easy to overlook. But you are working hard for yourself, and you are working hard for others, and you deserve credit for all of that. If you made it to this part of the video, leave a little candle emoji in the comments so that I know. And as always, I hope you have so many reasons to smile in a day. Be kind to yourself. I'll see you next time.